It's the start of a new week and we are back at it. We have a lot to do on this roof. We've still got to do all of the bracing and some blocking to get everything secured. And as a thought in this, because we are now in the middle of September and weather is starting to turn, we've got about a month and a half before we start possibly seeing snow. I made the decision to have the contractors help me with getting the roof sheeting on. We still have that. We still have all the overhangs and the eaves to complete, as well as get all the sheeting on. So they're going to help with that over the next week or so, and we will just keep at it. We've got plenty to do, and we'll get started here this morning and see how far we can get. As you can see, still got to put in all the heel blocks in here and get that braced in. I still have all of the rat runs to install this week, and then I also have to put in all of the truss hangers have to be nailed into the trusses. So we've got quite a bit of setup and stuff to do this week, but we'll certainly get at it and see what gets going here. One thing I have to do is these center truss hangers are still in the wrong position for this build, so I have to pull those out and then reset them up at the top of the truss up there, get that reset on both sides, and then as well as nail in all of the truss hangers for all the trusses above. Those have to be nailed into the trusses, so got quite a bit of work to do there to secure those, and then we'll move on from there. While the bulk of the hard work of putting the trusses is complete, there's still a lot that goes into securing them and making sure that they are stable and in place. By moving all of these truss brackets up and nailing them in, it's one step closer to securing the center section of this house and getting things ready for sheeting and other things that need to take place. I took my time this morning while waiting for the construction guys to show up to go ahead and get all of the center section of this house fastened down. While it's tedious work, it's extremely important. By starting and getting this done, it allows me to move on to other things that we need to be doing, such as blocking and trimming all of the truss ends to get ready for sheeting and for eaves. The goal today is to start getting the rest of the trusses on. We've got the center section of this house needs to be done, and the rest of the trusses need to be straightened out. So we're going to get at that today and see if we can get her done. At least that's the plan. While I've got the construction crew here, the goal is to get as much done as we can, especially some of the higher peaks on the gable ends. I'm hoping to get up all of the overhangs and then the fascia and then the actual roof decking this week. A lot of work, but I figure I've got the crew here. We might as well get started at it. As you can see, all the trusses have a slight bow in them. So as we begin to put the sheeting on, we'll begin to straighten them out by training them into place at 24 inches on center. After trimming off all of the rafter tails, it was time to start putting up all of the sub-facia. We needed to get all the sub-facia on prior to starting the roof decking, and so we're moving around the house slowly but surely.
Well, I left Chattanooga, boy, had $1 and a dime. Headed out for Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and I learned to rob and steal. When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel. Saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dollar, but it never adds up at all. Coming around the riverbank, heard the old train whistle sing. The very next thing you hear from me, I've been tied to a ball and chain. Well, come this time tomorrow, reckon I don't know where I'll be. But if it wasn't for that old sheriff, I'd be back in Tennessee. Playing cards and crap games, not looking for the score. And if I ever get back home again, I'll never own no more. Gather round, you good time boys, listen to my song. May not know better, but I know you know right from wrong. Buy yourself a postcard so you can see the lights of town. Find yourself a country girl, keep quiet and settle down.
With the central part of this roof, as you can see, we moved all the little piggyback trusses up there, but those will fill in the gaps from one roof line over here to the next. We'll go ahead and use these P trusses to fill in all this along the top here, and then put in sheeting all the way across as well. It certainly has been a long day. We managed to, on this window here, we added additional framing up at the top to kind of help with some of the load, and also connect it to the truss above it. So we've got all that done and added some additional frame layers to it just to give it a little bit more heft. all in all, pretty happy with that. Got about a quarter of the roof sheeted today, so we're making some progress. It's good to have that done. We still have a long way to go. Hopefully tomorrow we will get all the center P trusses up on there to finish off the roof line, and then start working on the other side and continue with sheeting. The window saga continues as it's starting to get a little bit frustrating, but these two windows here, the two side windows that go towards the top of the main window, bay window section, and even the center one right here, are all the wrong size. These two bottom ones right here are they're 3 inches too short, and they're 6 inches or too long. So both windows do not fit. They're supposed to be even with this top window here, and they are not. So they were ordered incorrectly, and the same with that top window. So now I've got to order new windows to replace those, and what I was told yesterday is that it's a 17-week lead time to get those windows. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be installing windows to dry this in as I had anticipated. I'm going to have to wait 17 weeks to get those, so that puts me in January, February to install these, some of these windows, at least the top ones here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sheet all those windows in, and I'll cut them out when I'm ready to install all the windows at one time, and we'll just leave that for winter. That'll at least close it in and give me an opportunity to it. But I got to say, I anticipate that there's going to be construction delays. I really do. But this has gotten a bit ridiculous. I'm waiting for this week. Supposedly the manufacturer's rep is supposed to come out and review the slider damage and get those replaced. That issue has not been resolved yet, so we're just dealing with window issues one thing at a time. Well, it's early the next morning, and we're getting back at it. The crew, waiting on the crew to get here, but hoping to get this side of the trusses straightened out and get the roofing on it, and then hopefully sort out this center section as well. The goal today is to get those central P trusses, those piggyback trusses in, and get the remainder of the roof trusses in and get that installed. I'm hoping that goes that way. We've got pretty good weather today. It's nice and cool this morning. It's 56 degrees. What a difference a week has made. We were in the high 70s yesterday. The week before we were in the mid 90s. So fall is certainly starting on the path here, but we'll get at it today and see what we can get done.
But get on that ladder.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. You go behind, underneath. Go more. Inside. Like this.
One thing, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we're working up this side of the roof with the sheeting. We're training the trusses to go straight in line. These were the ones that were all kind of waved out when we did the original setup, and so we're using the 8 sheet. Well, it's fall here in Montana for sure. We decided to call it quits on the roof as it's been kind of drizzling and raining for the past hour, and that roof is getting kind of slick. So I'd rather not be up there. We got quite a bit done. We got this side is complete, except for that one spot. We'll finish that tomorrow, and we started on this other side over here. So we've got pretty far. That's pretty good, but it's gonna call it quits on that for today, and we'll let the rain settle and let things dry up, and we'll get back at it and see what we can get finished. One of the tasks I have is at the base of the trusses, where the trusses connect right here to the top plate. I'm going to be putting in these strong drive screws. There are these 6-inch lags are designed to anchor the truss directly to the top plate. They are toe-nailed in, but this just gives some extra reinforcement from any kind of wind lift or anything else. So we'll get busy getting that done. Pretty simple task, but pretty vital as well. By installing in all the lag bolts, it now secures all of the trusses to the actual framing, so that way if there's any uplift due to wind and weather, the trusses will stay secured. Prior to this, they were just toe-nailed in with 16 penny nails, so this gives additional reinforcement on keeping the trusses secured to the top plates. The next step in this actual area is going to be putting in all of the heel blocking and the bird boxes. But we'll do that at a little bit later date. All right, so that task is complete. I got all the trusses locked in with those anchor bolts, and now we'll move on to other projects. But a little bit by little bit, we're making progress. Well, we got quite a bit accomplished today. We got both sides of the house sided. We still have the center, or these ends here across, and then through the center of the house. We still have to get on the trusses, the piggyback trusses through the center of the house and line up the entire roof line all the way across. Hopefully we'll get that tomorrow, but today has been affected by rain. My construction help has gone home for the day. It's just gotten too dicey up on the roof, and so we called it quits for that, but we'll pick it back up tomorrow and see what we can get done. If you like this type of thing, please remember to like and subscribe, and remember to click the bell for notifications and get notified when the next video is uploaded. Please be sure to leave some comments. I really do appreciate them. I've gotten some great feedback already. All right, thanks for watching.